Hey guys, in today's video I'll be giving you guys another update on Winter Storm Orlena, which will impact the Northeast and New England, looking to be once again between Sunday night, particularly Monday, into Tuesday morning. So the main event will be Monday into Monday night and into early Tuesday morning before it comes to an end for areas such as the New York City tri-state area, Philadelphia, and Long Island, so a bunch of those kinds of areas, and then a little bit later for more eastern Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Boston, where during Tuesday, throughout the day Tuesday as well, they'll still be experiencing likely some snow in any case. So the models I'm going to show you today to depict what could happen with the snowstorm, because the specifics still with the total snowfall and even the track still a good bit uncertain. Now, the models that I'll show you is the GFS version 16. By the way, I'm using Pivotal Weather, so GFS version 16, that's the GFS Para model, and then I'll also show you the European model and the GDPS model, which is the CMC model, the Canadian model. So first I'm going to show you what the GFS Para model is showing, and I got to tell you, by the way, the GFS Parallel model is actually showing a much more realistic outlook than the normal GFS, surprisingly enough. Gotta tell you, I'm also very surprised, as all of you are, about that, but truly, that's the main reason I'm showing this to you guys, and I'm not showing you guys the normal GFS at all. So let's show you what the GFS Parallel model is showing, and you can see this is by around 1 to 2 p.m. on Sunday, January 31st, so on Sunday, 2 days from now. And you can see snowfall is starting to occur for Virginia, Northern Virginia at that, Maryland, much of Delaware, much of Pennsylvania it's already snowing, much of New Jersey is already snowing, and the snow is starting to approach New York City and Long Island. But this is by about 1 to 2 a.m. on Monday, February 1st, and you can see snowfall started to approach and potentially has already started snowing there in New York City and very western Long Island, and then the snow starts to enter Connecticut, and you can see there's some heavier snowfall going on there for eastern Pennsylvania into northern New Jersey. That's very interesting there. You can see heavier snowfall going on. By the way, the low pressure center looks to become pretty strong. 994 millibars, this is by about 1 to 2 p.m. on February 1st, on Monday, February 1st, this upcoming Monday. So this potential nor'easter that this system could evolve into that will go offshore of the northeast New England, continue to bring snow to these regions, could become a fairly strong kind of nor'easter snowstorm for these regions. So that's very interesting, something that is quite notable, in fact. We move it forward now towards, this is now towards 7 to 8 p.m. on February 1st, and again, snow is still going on for much of Pennsylvania. Much of Virginia is still seeing snow, and potentially lake effect will enhance some snow there for like Ohio down to West Virginia, Kentucky. But main snow is going on there for northern Virginia, Washington D.C., Baltimore, much of Pennsylvania. Once again, much of Delaware is in snow, much of New Jersey seeing snow. Southern New York, very southern New York State, New York City, Long Island. All of Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, including the Boston area, and even portions towards the Cape are seeing some snow, so that's very interesting. Now let's move this forward again, and you can see the system continues to intensify and starts moving away, and then the snow starts to pull away and become less numerous in how intense it is as we get towards February 3rd. So let's get the system out of here, and now let's show you what the snowfall totals currently are being shown by the GFS Parallel model. And again, I'm going to tell you, it's very, very accurate, and very quite accurate, to be honest, in my opinion at least. You can see heaviest snowfall is being shown of the GFS Parallel model from southeastern through much of eastern Pennsylvania, to be honest, through northern New Jersey, northern central New Jersey, into New York City, Long Island, and that's general snowfall is above 12 inches, and bullseye is about 2 feet there in eastern Pennsylvania, and even northern New Jersey could see as high as potentially 21 inches, according to the GFS Parallel model. New York City, Long Island could see up to 1.5 feet of snowfall. Connecticut, especially the southern coastal Connecticut, especially southwest Connecticut, could see up to 1 foot of snowfall. Northern Connecticut could see, Litchfield County, though, looks to see pretty light amounts, though, only up to like 5 inches or so, while Hartford, Tullum, I think it is, Tullum, and whatever that very eastern county is in Connecticut, could see as high as potentially 7-8 inches. Very northern portions of Hartford and Tolan County, it's Tolan County. It could see only as high as like 4 or 5 inches. But all of Rhode Island looks to see as high as potentially 9 inches. Particularly eastern Massachusetts. Again, particularly eastern Massachusetts, including Boston and potentially a good bit of the Cape, could see as high, especially around the Boston area, as high as around a foot, maybe a bit more than a foot. So, GFS parallel model pictures a pretty decently snowy solution for this potential snow. The snowstorm does look to definitely occur, honestly. But again, of course, the main specifics is how much snow could actually fall and what the track of the system is. But according to the GFS parallel model, this could be a pretty decent snowstorm for much of the Northeast and New England. And even, in fact, heavy snow does fall all the way into coastal New Hampshire and coastal Maine, where coastal Maine could see as high as a foot of snowfall as well. Coastal New Hampshire, could see as high as around 6 to 9 inches of snow, so that's also pretty decent for them. So again, that's what the GFS parallel model is. Now let's go back to precipitation type rate, and let's show you what the CMC model is showing, and then I'll show you finally what the European model is showing. I'll show you the European model last. So again, this is the CMC model, the Canadian model, and I'll show you what the Canadian model is showing now for Winter Storm Orlena for the Northeast New England. Now let's move this forward in time, move it into tomorrow, into Sunday, and you can see here comes the snowstorm. Definitely is shown by the CMC model much lighter snowfall going on for Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey to start off there, moving towards, this is at 1 to 2 a.m. on Monday, February 1st, and then you can see as we move forward in time, the snowfall is much more south and much more coastal, just mainly for pretty much the extreme coast of the Northeast New England there. But you can see the low pressure center is still quite strong, 995 millibars. So the strength of the low pressure center is pretty well agreed upon, it seems, to be a decently strong low pressure system. So that is interesting there. Again, as we move forward, this is now by 1 to 2 a.m. on Tuesday, February 2nd. Snow is still occurring for Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., Baltimore, New York City, Hartford, Providence, Boston. All of the major cities on the 95 corridor will be experiencing snow, according to this model at this time, at 1 to 2 a.m., it seems, on Tuesday, February 2nd. I should say. And then you can see it really pictures a very strong system, 986 millibars. That's a very strong nor'easter. That's pretty damn strong, honestly. And then it moves out, and then finally starts to move out. Now I'll show you what the CMC model is showing in terms of total accumulated snowfall. And this is 10-to-1 ratio. It looks like 10-to-1 will be quite accurate, honestly, for this system. And you can see, again, the heaviest snowfall the CMC is showing much farther south than the European model, for sure. Again, as I said, this is showing a much more coastal event, much more heavier snow coastal event, where Washington, D.C. up to Baltimore could see as high as a foot and a half of snow, maybe a bit more than that. Philadelphia could see up to, 14 inches, around a foot of snowfall. That's quite good. Trenton could see up to like 9 inches. New York City could see up to 7 to 9 inches. Long Island, particularly central to eastern Long Island, could see up to a foot, potentially a little more than a foot. Generally, Connecticut looks to see anywhere from, widespread is pretty much anywhere from 7 to 10 inches of snowfall, 10, 11 inches of snowfall. So pretty much anywhere from around 6, 7, from pretty much around from half a foot to a foot of snowfall is widespread in Connecticut. Rhode Island, same thing, from 6 inches pretty much up to 10 inches of snowfall. Massachusetts, particularly central to eastern Massachusetts, widespread, again, a foot to 2 feet of snowfall, potentially maybe even a foot and a half near the Boston area as well. And again, as well, New Hampshire and Maine looks to, as well, see pretty heavy snowfall as well, according to the CMC model. So both the CMC model and the that was the GFS parallel model that I was showing you. The GFS parallel model was showing the bullseye of the snowfall, particularly for the mid-Atlantic, a bit farther to the north into Pennsylvania, while Pennsylvania, according to the CMC model, is being shown to have much lighter snowfall there in central and much of eastern Pennsylvania, while the very southeastern portion of Pennsylvania sees the highest and most snowfall of between 6 to 9 inches of snow So that's still quite decent snowstorm being shown according to the CMC model in any case for the Northeast and New England. But the CMC model, again, the biggest difference is the CMC model is showing much more coastal I-95 corridor special type of nor'easter snowstorm. Now, let's show you what the European model is showing. Let's change this back to precipitation type, and let's switch this to European high-res. And now I'll show you what the European model, if this is the final model I'll be showing you guys, this is what the European model is showing for this system. Now we move towards, again, Sunday now, and you can see here's the system moving in. Snowfall widespread from Ohio into much of Pennsylvania, northern West Virginia, much of Maryland, much of Delaware, into much of New Jersey as well. By this time, this is by 7 to 8 p.m. on Sunday, January 31st. We continue to move this forward in time, and now this is by, again, here's the low pressure center, 995 millibars. Again, the models are generally agreeing upon a pretty strong low pressure center system for this snowstorm for the Northeast New England. Again, this is by 1 to 2 p.m. on Monday, February 1st. Snow occurring for Washington, D.C. up to Baltimore to Philly to New York City. Heavy snowfall between Philly to New York City, Long Island, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Boston is in the lighter snowfall, barely snow in there. And then as we move forward towards now 7 to 8 p.m., this is towards now Tuesday evening. It shows, the European model shows much more heavier snowfall going on for Philadelphia, New York City, Long Island, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Boston potentially could mix over according to the European model towards Tuesday evening. And continue to move this forward, 991 millibar low pressure center. Again, as I've been saying throughout the entirety of this video, a very, very strong, well, not a very, very strong, I should say, a decently strong system looks to occur. This is now by around 7 to 8 in the morning on Tuesday, February 2nd. And again, snowfall is starting to come to an end now for New York City, Long Island, northern New Jersey, and Connecticut. And pretty much by the time we get to the afternoon hours, it starts to pull away, and the system comes to an end. Now let's show you what the European model is showing in terms of total snowfall for these regions. You can see that it's showing particularly the heaviest snowfall kind of split up into two areas. The first area for the central coast of New Jersey showing up to 2 feet of snowfall there, just south of New York City, while New York City as well, to be honest, does get up towards a foot of snowfall there, and Long Island as well, up to a foot, potentially a bit more than a foot of snowfall there for Long Island. Connecticut generally looks to get up to at least half a foot, maybe a little more than half a foot in certain areas. Rhode Island could see up to a foot of snowfall, particularly very eastern Massachusetts, and Boston looks to get up to a foot of snowfall. Now there is some mixing shown by the European model, so maybe the totals for the Boston area, eastern Massachusetts could be cut back a little bit, but in general, there does seem to be a good bit more consensus, especially with the European and CMC models. The GFS parallel model also does show a decently realistic outcome for potential snowfall, and in fact, at least I'll tell you from my area, I live in southwestern Connecticut. I live right near the New York City area. And the local news station for me is showing potentially a pretty heavy snow event. And Weather Channel as well is showing the Weather Channel is showing for a pretty heavy snow event. It's showing a bit less amount of snowfall than what my local news station is showing, but of course, this will continue to change, and they'll continue to update the forecast as more new model runs come out, and the models continue to show better agreement on the true potential track and the true potential snowfall amounts that could occur for all of these areas, from Pennsylvania through the megalopolis corridor of I-95 from Washington, D.C. up through Boston, and potentially even into portions of New Hampshire and Maine could get some decent snowfall from this. So I'll continue to update you guys on this system moving forward through tomorrow and Sunday. My final video for this system, I think, will be Sunday. That will be the final video I put out for this system, and then we'll see how it goes. Again, really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will continue tomorrow and throughout the rest of this weekend. I will continue to give you guys daily updates on the system. So make sure make sure your notifications are on for my channel so you get those daily updates for the system. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. If you do like this video and you like these kinds of videos, please consider subscribing so you get future updates on this snowstorm and future snowstorms in the future as I continue to make more winter weather related videos on my channel throughout the rest of this winter. And again, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Consider liking the video down below. Comment down below on what you guys think about this snowstorm, what you guys think might occur with this system. And again, really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.